Welcome to the Range channel. Today we have a video on the top 10 funniest names in baseball history. Let's get started with number 10. At number 10, we have Urban Shocker. Urban Shocker was a pitcher for the New York Yankees and St. Louis Browns between 1916 and 1928. Shocker was known as one of the last pitchers to legally use spitball, as it was banned in 1920. Throughout Urban's career, he had 187 wins, a 3.17 ERA, and nearly 1,000 strikeouts. Unfortunately, towards the latter part of his career, he had a severe heart condition, which some said caused him to either sleep sitting or standing up. A year later, this condition would take his life in 1928. At number 9, we have Razor Shines. Razor was drafted by the Montreal Expos in the 18th round of the 1978 draft. He spent 4 seasons with them in the 1980s. He was never an everyday player, as he spent most of his career between the minors and the major leagues. After retiring in 1993, he became a minor league manager, where he racked up over 500 wins. Eventually, he went to the majors as a third base coach. At number 8, we have Rusty Kuntz. Rusty Kuntz, like many others on this list, was never an everyday player. During his career, in the 1970s and 80s, he played for the Chicago White Sox, Minnesota Twins, and Detroit Tigers. Although he didn't play much, he did have one important moment. In the final game of the 1984 World Series, he had a pop fly to the second baseman that became the deciding run in the game. After his career finished, he became a worker for the UPS. After that, he worked for the Houston Astros and moved his way up all the way to the Kansas City Royals as a first base coach, where he is currently. Number 7 on this list, we have Chief Bender. Chief is the only Hall of Famer on this list, as he had a very successful career with over 200 wins, a 2.46 ERA, and nearly 2,000 strikeouts. He pitched during the 1910s and the 1920s for the Philadelphia Athletics, Baltimore Terrapins, Philadelphia Phillies, and the Chicago White Sox. Some highlights in his career involved 3 World Series championships, along with a no-hitter he pitched in 1910. At number 6, we have Lidl Tickum, aka Cannonball. Cannonball was a pitcher for only 4 years in the majors, but during the 4 years, he won 30 games, had a 3.47 ERA, and nearly 300 strikeouts. Also during that time, he pitched a no-hitter on the date September 15th, 1890. At number 5, we have Pete Lecoq. Pete was a first-round pick at the Chicago Cubs in the 1970 draft. Although he's a first-round pick, he never became an everyday player. He started his career with the Cubs and finished with the Kansas City Royals in 1980. Although his career wasn't really eventful, he did hit a grand slam in the final appearance of St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Hall of Famer Bob Gibson. At number 4, we have Tim Million. Tim Million was a career minor league player in the 1910s, and he never made it to the major leagues due to an unfortunate career-ending knee injury. Tim got his name from his grandmother, who wanted her grandson's name to stand out, so she suggested the name Tin. She also convinced his wife to name their daughter Decillion by bribing her with $50. At number 3, we have Ed Head. Ed was a pitcher for 6 seasons with the Brooklyn Dodgers, but he's more notable because of the challenges he overcame to become a pitcher. He is naturally a left-handed pitcher, but at the age of 15, he was involved in a car crash that killed his girlfriend and almost resulted in his left arm being amputated. After hours of surgery, his arm was saved, but he couldn't pitch with it, so he became a right-handed pitcher. 2, we have Dick Pole. Pole was a right-handed pitcher in the 1970s. He only played for 5 seasons, but he's most notable for his coaching career. He began coaching in the Chicago Cubs minor league system in 1983 and joined their major league staff in 1988. Over that time, he saw the development and aided in the development of pitcher Greg Maddux. Before we get to number 1, I'd like you to click that like button, comment, and subscribe, and also the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Number 1, we have the one and only Johnny Dickshut. Johnny was a major league outfielder for 9 seasons from 1936 to 1945. He didn't have an eventful career, but he was proclaimed the ugliest man in baseball. He died in 1997. He had 4 daughters, 1 son, 14 grandchildren, and that included the actor John Ducey, who you may remember from Drake and Josh in the episode Drake and Josh Son, where he was the husband of the first couple that stayed in the home. Thank you for watching this video. Please click on the other videos above if you haven't seen them. Also, remember, hit that notification button so you'll be notified anytime we come out with a new video. Thanks for watching.